Imagine this. You're born today in a hospital in Texas. Your first breath is on American soil. Your first cry echoes in a room surrounded by stars and stripes. And yet, the government says you're not American. Sound like fiction? As of June 2025, it might not be. This episode isn't just a policy explainer. It's a story about people. It's about what it means to belong, to be recognized, and to matter. We're breaking down the political and legal firestorm around birthright citizenship. What just changed, why it matters, and what this means for millions of children born right here, yet treated like strangers.
On June 27, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court made a decision that quietly shook the foundations of American constitutional enforcement. The court ruled that lower federal judges can no longer issue nationwide injunctions, legal blocks that apply across all 50 states. Why does that matter? Because for the past year, Executive Order 14160, signed by Donald Trump during his second term, had been blocked by a nationwide injunction. Now, that block is gone. And that means states, specifically Republican-led states, can begin enforcing that order. So, what does that mean in real terms? It means that in up to 28 states, a child born to undocumented parents might no longer be considered a U.S. citizen by default. One country, two definitions of who belongs. Let's unpack Executive Order 14160. This order aims to redefine birthright citizenship based on a specific and controversial reading of the 14th Amendment. That amendment, adopted in 1868, clearly states, quote, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States," end quotes. For over a century, this has been interpreted to mean anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically a citizen, regardless of their parents' immigration status, end quote. But EO 14160 challenges that. It argues that undocumented immigrants are not fully subject to U.S. jurisdiction, and therefore, their children are excluded from automatic citizenship. It's not just a new rule. It's a fundamental reinterpretation of a cornerstone of American law. Legal scholars call this a dangerous precedent. Critics say it's legally unsound and morally indefensible. But now, for the first time, it's being tested in real time.
So what does this look like in practice? Picture two babies born on the same day. One in California, one in Texas. Same circumstances, same country. But under EO 14160, one might be issued a birth certificate, the other might not. This opens the door to a future where your rights are determined by your zip code, not your birth. We're talking about children who can't enroll in public school, parents unable to apply for child health care, legal limbo when applying for passports, social security numbers, or state IDs. These aren't abstract consequences. These are barriers to everyday life. And worst of all, it's creating what legal experts call a new class of stateless children, born here, raised here, but not recognized. That doesn't just damage legal protections. It chips away at the American idea itself.
Now, let's talk about the legal chessboard ahead. This isn't over, not by a long shot. Civil rights groups and attorneys general from several states have filed emergency lawsuits. The goal? Get the Supreme Court to revisit and rule directly on the constitutionality of EO 14160. That's likely to happen by October 2025, setting the stage for one of the most important constitutional rulings of our time. Meanwhile, politicians on both sides are rallying their base. One side argues this is about law and sovereignty, that the U.S. shouldn't reward those who enter illegally with full legal privileges. The other side sees it as a threat to human rights, to constitutional clarity, and to the very definition of equality under the law. And all of this, it's unfolding just months before the 2026 midterms. The legal system is bracing. So is the nation. Now, you might be wondering, where does the public stand? Pew Research shows Americans are evenly divided. 48% believe anyone born on U.S. soil should be a citizen, no matter their parents' status. 46% support limiting birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants. This isn't a fringe topic anymore. It's mainstream. And it's not just about laws or orders. It's about identity,
culture, and the future direction of American values. In a divided country, birthright citizenship is the new ideological fault line.
Let's pause and zoom out, because this isn't just about paperwork. It's about people. Citizenship is more than legal status. It's about belonging. It's about saying, you are one of us. You matter here. And when you tell a child born here, raised here, that they don't belong, you're not just changing their status, you're shaping their entire future. You're creating insecurity. You're planting a seed of doubt about identity, worth, and place. And let's be clear, this affects everyone. Because a country that can redefine who belongs with the stroke of a pen can do it again and again. So next time someone tells you this is just politics, remember this. It's about newborns. It's about families. It's about the Constitution. It's about us. If this gave you something to think about, subscribe and share. Or just sit with it. Talk about it. Ask questions. We're here to bring you deeper stories, voice only, raw, and real. Until next time, stay informed, stay kind, and stay awake.